The Sophia transmissions, Ereshkigal and the Goddess Codes. With the activation of the Sophia Grid, it has brought forward the messages I am called to share with you on your journey of self-actualisation and re-remembering. You are anchoring into your divine feminine energy, so your power, your strength, and the unconditional love you have for yourself. The Sophia Grid is activating more and more powerfully as we reclaim the fragmented aspects, so everything that's been suppressed, forgotten, or demonised throughout the years. Sophia's divine wisdom encompasses all expressions of the feminine, so the light and the dark, the ascent and the descent, the creative and the destructive. I work closely with these powerful goddesses, and in my previous video we explored Inanna, and we will go deeper into Sophia in other videos. The goddesses embody aspects of the Vesica Pisces, so the two interlocking circles that we activate at each chakra point within the Merkis course. They are the gateway between worlds, the celestial portal of life and transformation. It was why I was intuitively guided to create Merkis for you. It is the forgotten, stripped away aspects of the feminine, allowing them to be fully embodied and reactivated. The Vesica Pisces is the eternal cycle of creation, dissolution and rebirth. It is the foundation of Merkis. So Ereshkigal is the forgotten queen of the Underworld. She holds immense power as a sovereign ruler of the Underworld. It's the realm where souls journey after death, and she's often overshadowed by Inanna, her sister. Inanna represents beauty, sensuality, and celestial expression, whereas Ereshkigal is raw, untamed, primal forces of grief, rage, decay, yet the power of deep transformation within you as you regenerate. Inanna and Ereshkigal literally represent the two faces of the divine feminine. They're not only sisters, they are expressions of the same sacred whole, so the light and dark, life and death, ascent and descent, and the visible and the hidden. Inanna represents power as sovereignty, the ability to rise, to create and to shine. Ereshkigal represents surrender, destruction and rebirth, exactly where we are now. So Inanna descends into the underworld and she expects to be received with honour. Yet Ereshkigal strips her of absolutely everything, her crown, her jewels, her garments. She is completely naked and vulnerable. It is the symbolic of ego death, so your profound transformation that you are going through right now. We have lived through this and we are experiencing it right now. This is the cornerstone of my soul retrieval work with clients. So we go into the underworld and retrieve the lost parts of your soul. Her descent goes so deeply because she was killed. So Ereshkigal strikes her down, and Inanna's corpse was actually hung up to die for 3 days and 3 nights. She experiences total annihilation, complete ego death, and the absolute dissolution of herself. This is the darkest phase of transformation, so the shadow work that you are being called to do. The place where everything we do is rebuilt. She is rescued and regenerated, comes back to life. The story goes so deep. It was Gultar and Kalatar who descend into the underworld to fight for her, not to judge her, but not to fix or change her, but to witness her pain. And she is resurrected. It is such a long story. I could tell you so much, yet I will make another video. The biggest thing is that she was resurrected and allowed to return to the upper world, but there was a condition. Someone had to take her place in the underworld, a substitute. Inanna emerges and she finds her consort Duzumi sitting comfortably on her throne. He is the one that is chosen to replace her. He was defying her, let's put it like that. So it speaks of the transformation of everything we do to heal relationships, identities, patterns, the versions of you that you are now leaving behind. The true rebirth that is required in order for you to transform. It requires discernment about what belongs in your new life and what must remain away from your world. One of the most overlooked aspects of Ereshkigal is her story of suffering. She is depicted as agonised, writhing in labour-like pain, even as she presides over the realm of the dead. She speaks to something so deeply within us, the wounds, the suppression, the isolation, and our forgotten power. This is the wound that we are bringing up to heal right now. It is such profound work when you work with these goddesses and understand what has been hidden from us. It is the sacred place where all transformation begins. Ereshkigal teaches us to honour your descent, the times when you've been brought to your knees, when everything fell apart, when you felt abandoned. They were not punishments, they were initiations. Where you're reclaiming your rage and your grief, not as emotions to suppress or simply spiritually bypass, to embody. Your anger is intelligence, your grief holds the depth of your love. Embrace the power of destruction as creation. So Ereshkigal reminds us that before the new can be born, the old must be composted. The death phase is not failure, it is the fertile darkness from which new life emerges. You witness yourself with compassion. Release what cannot come with you. That's what we are doing right now. The journey of Inanna and Ereshkigal was ultimately about integration. You cannot know your full power without knowing your full depth. You cannot embody sovereignty without honouring surrender. You cannot rise without having descended, gone into your darkness, cleared it. As you activate the Ereshkigal codes within the Sophia Grid, you are bringing the forgotten feminine out of exile. All of me is holy. My darkness is not my enemy, it is my medicine. The death and resurrection of Inanna shows us that transformation is not a one-time event. It is a sacred cycle that we go through and we go through and we go through. When life calls us again, we descend once more, spiralling deeper into our truth with each turn. This Ereshkigal activation is one thread in the great tapestry of the Sophia Grid awakening. As I continue this series, we will weave together the goddess codes, so Inanna, Ereshkigal and the others, until we arrive at the full revelation of Sophia herself, the divine wisdom that unifies everything. Ereshkigal is the one who ensures nothing remains incomplete. Her presence feels deeply connected to my purpose in retrieving, restoring and completing the soul's embodiment. She represents the necessary descent before quantum wholeness, ensuring that no part of the self is left behind. Ereshkigal, the queen of sacred below, we honour you, we remember you, we reclaim you within ourselves. May we descend with courage, transform with grace, and rise as whole beings, integrated, empowered, and alive in both shadow and light. And so it is. Thank you for walking this path with me, for doing this sacred work of integration and remembrance. The Sophia Grid is awakening through you, through your willingness to embrace every part of yourself. Until we meet again for the next transmission, there is so much to say, so it's a long video. I don't apologise. Namaste.